Wkat Kokomo.
Roar! Roar!
Alright, YouTube, thanks for getting here with me today. It's Monday. It's the end of a 3-day weekend. It's Memorial Day. Now, I've gotten Facebook messages today. Land of the free, home of the brave, because of the brave, so on and so on. And I wanted to share with you how absolutely ridiculous it is to believe that. In no way is that true, at all. Now, I'm a veteran of the Army, as was my dad. I got 2 brothers in the Navy. My stepdad was in the Air Force. Both grandfathers were in the Army. Had an uncle that fought in the Korean War. My grandfathers fought in World War II. I had an Uncle Ray, a great Uncle Ray, who was in World War I. I think he died when I was about 2. And if we go back far enough, I'm sure that on both sides I had family members that was in the Civil and the Revolutionary War. Cannot claim Revolutionary War, but given all the ancestors I have, I'm positive that there was. The Revolutionary War and the Civil War may have been about freedom. That's as far as it goes. Now, people will claim that there was reason that we was in World War II. I'll give some of that to you. There was. But the way that we was founded was to stay out of this, to stay out of conflicts, and be good with every nation that did not attack us directly, and live by an influence of example. That was how it was written. Today, all somebody's got to do is make a statement, we go in, blow their country up, and install a fucking regime. That's fucking crazy. That isn't brave. It does nothing for your freedoms. Your freedoms are taken away. You don't have any freedoms. You work, you pay your taxes, they don't pay you fucking shit. That's the extent of it. You are a debt slave. We don't own this nation. America does not own this nation. In 1933, this nation was turned into a corporation. Look it up. All capital letters. United States of America. All capital letters. Your name on every ID. All capital letters. You are a corporation. You don't have the rights that you think you do. I mean, think about it. Do you have a right to free speech? Honestly, do you? I don't see it. I don't see any right to free speech. Look at the players kneeling in the NFL. What am I to think about that? Well, people go, well, they got freedom of speech. No, they're at work. They're paid by the NFL. Millions of dollars. And then they want to stand there and grandstand? And for what? What are they grandstanding for? Well, I don't love this nation. Wow, fucking piss poor, man. I mean, it put you through college and got you $1 million to play fucking football, didn't it? Well, something to think about. We have more laws than any nation on earth. Any other nation on earth. But you're free. You're free. Yeah. You're free, though. We have more prisoners than any other nation on earth, and we are outpopulated by 3 of them. But we still have more prisoners than they do. And we pay for that through taxes. Income tax, constitutionally illegal. You know, if you make money that is your money. In the Constitution, if you bought property, that was your property. Today they tax your income. And there is no property rights. You got to pay taxes on that property or they take it away. It don't belong to you. It's not your property. It belongs to the government. You lease it. You see how it works? The UN owns our national parks, not us. We don't own them. You see, we sold that out in 1913 with the Federal Reserve Act under Woodrow Wilson. He's on the highest denomination of money in America. They love him. The global bankers loved that fucker, man. He was great to them. He handed them America. And he wrote in an apology that he had basically handed our country over to elite, rich, foreign elite that now control our nation. In 1933, and I don't know why 33, But our government reorganized this country, turned it into a corporation, turned your name into a corporation, and then fucked you accordingly. And you pay for all of it. Every damn dime your master's one of you. Every nation that we go in and take over, man, you pay for it. That's your money. And you know what? Those fuckers overspent to a tune of $20 trillion. That's more money than what's in the world. That's why these the UN owns our parks. That's why we had to sign NAFTA. We had to sign NAFTA so that China would help pay the interest on the $20 trillion that we owe. If we don't pay that interest, and you and I still pay for the rest of that, then we go bankrupt. Yeah. No world reserve dollar. There goes the economy. It's all shit. They don't teach you that in school. They ain't supposed to. You know what? You go back when I was a kid, man, we was number one in the world in education. Number one. People said, we need to federalize education. Federalize it? Why? It's number one. Well, we need to federalize it. They federalized it. Now we're like, I don't know, I think we're under 36th in the world. And people say, we need free college. You know what socialism is? That's where all the fucking dumbass workers pay for you to do shit. And you know what? When you get out of college and get a job and wonder where all your money is, just remember, people are getting free college. People are fucking retarded. People have no clue. And it's not their fault. I don't blame people for their lack of knowledge. They was never told. But when someone tells you, like I'm doing, look into it. Look into it, man, and maybe you will see some truth behind what I'm saying. If you look in the right places, you'll find it all directly. I went to court. This was last fall. I represented myself. I went in 2 different times with motions. And I pointed at the court and I said, you know what? Under common law jurisdiction, I never committed a crime. This has nothing in harmony with common law. You see, under common law, if you don't hurt someone or the property, no crime has been committed. All these things today that they get you for, they're infractions of code, legislative law, statutory jurisdiction, maritime, admiralty. It's everything but what it should be, common law. Because you see, being an American citizen, you are free. Free! You are a free, sovereign king to yourself. This is why you have a right to a firearm. People don't carry firearms. It scares them. TV shows, only bad people have them. And they hurt people. They hurt each other. They hurt us. We gotta take guns away. That way we're totally fucking enslaved. Anything that you have a right to, transportation, gotta have a driver's license. Hunting, to forage for food, gotta have a license. Drive your car, gotta have a seatbelt on. It's my car. Oh, you gotta have it plated and insured. Why? It's mine. It is mine. If I hurt anybody's car or property, then I'd be held to blame. In the meantime, why don't you go eat a bag of dicks? That's the way it should be. Anytime something pops up in the news, people are very quick to take government's talking points because that's all they're told on the news. That's what they believe to be the reality, what the government tells them. You know, it's what your masters want. And people want what their masters want because it further fucking enslaves them. Again, if you go back before 1987, there may have been one mass shooting in this country in a decade. One crazy person, perhaps. That was it. After 1987, once the FDA approved fluoxetine medication, Prozac, Lexapro, you name your happy fucking little pill. Once they did that, and they knew the dynamics, they knew that these people who were suffering from depression, it would slowly work on their brain over about, give it 8 to 10 years. And some of them would go commit these crimes. They knew that. It was all part of taking your shit away because you are a fucking slave to them. They don't give a fuck about you. If you think that Clinton was great or Barack Obama was great, hey man, maybe you're a MAGA Trump supporter, yeah, huh? You're a fucking idiot. That's what you are. You believe what they fucking tell you and love your fucking enslavement. You know, I got a movie for you to watch. Probably a lot of you watched it already and you just didn't get it. Watch The Matrix. Watch what Cypher says after he traders out. He says ignorance is bliss. And it is. Because the ignorant today are very blissful on Memorial Day. But today, it just reminds me of how deeply we are fucked in this country and how there is no way out. Because as long as the sheep line up to believe it, it will always go down the way your masters want. Exactly as it always has been. I can't name one thing in over my life that the government ever stepped in to fix that actually got fixed. It just created more government jobs, more fucking laws, and more control over you and me. That's all it ever amounts to. That's all it ever will be. Alright, thank you for viewing this video, everybody. And I will see you in my next. Peace.